Star Trek's best movie fixed the franchise in its opening credits. When Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan hit theaters in 1982, Star Trek wasn't thriving, it was wobbling. The franchise had returned to the big screen with Star Trek, the motion picture, a visually ambitious but emotionally distant epic that divided fans. It looked expensive. It sounded profound, but it felt cold. Audiences didn't fall in love with starships. They fell in love with characters. And somewhere between Dry Dock and VGER, that human core had drifted. Then came The Wrath of Khan. And before a single phaser blast, before Ricardo Montalban's chess made sci-fi history, before the Genesis device redefined cinematic stakes, the movie quietly fixed Star Trek in its opening minutes. It opened with fear, not spectacle. The film doesn't begin with Kirk. It begins with Savik. The now iconic Kobayashi Maru simulation throws audiences into chaos immediately. A distress call, a moral dilemma, a no-win scenario. Cadets die. The bridge explodes. Spock perishes in a blaze of fire. Then, simulation. In less than 10 minutes, director Nicholas Meyer reframed Star Trek from sterile space opera into something tense, character-driven, and philosophical. This wasn't about cosmic anomalies anymore. It was about aging, mortality, and the terror of facing unwinnable odds. And it was about Kirk. The opening tells us everything the previous film forgot. Star Trek works best when it's about people under pressure. It reintroduced Kirk as a man, not a myth. By the time we properly meet Admiral Kirk, he's not commanding the Enterprise. He's grading papers, attending birthday dinners, squinting at reading glasses. This is a radical tonal shift. Instead of presenting Kirk as the swaggering legend of Star Trek, the original series, the film confronts him with age. He's restless, regretful, haunted by the idea that his best days may be behind him. The opening credits sequence, featuring the Enterprise drifting through space while James Horner's now legendary score swells, feels elegiac rather than triumphant. It's not about bold new frontiers. It's about time catching up. That emotional recalibration saved the franchise. Instead of escalating spectacle, The Wrath of Khan escalated introspection. It brought back a villain with history. The reveal of Khan Noonien Singh doesn't rely on CGI or bombast. It relies on memory. Khan's return connects directly to the TOS episode, Space Seed. But more importantly, it reintroduces consequences, something the franchise hadn't fully embraced on the big screen. This wasn't an alien cloud threatening existence. It was a wronged man seeking revenge. Ricardo Montalban's performance burns with operatic intensity. His hatred of Kirk is deeply personal. Their conflict is Shakespearean, two aging warriors clashing not for conquest, but for legacy. And because the opening establishes Kirk's vulnerability, Khan's vendetta lands harder. The movie understands that stakes are emotional before they're existential. It made death matter. Spock's apparent death in the Kobayashi Maru simulation during the opening primes the audience for the film's ultimate sacrifice. It plants the thematic seed. Death is unavoidable. By confronting mortality immediately, the film prepares us for its devastating finale, when Spock truly dies saving the Enterprise. Needs of the many doesn't work unless the movie has already convinced us that death is real. The opening makes it real. Unlike its predecessor, which floated in abstraction, The Wrath of Khan is obsessed with consequences. Aging has consequences. Past mistakes have consequences. Hubris has consequences. And that tonal maturity became the blueprint for the franchise moving forward. It focused the Enterprise. One of the quiet fixes in the opening credits is visual. Instead of fetishizing endless slow pans of the Enterprise, as the motion picture famously did, The Wrath of Khan treats the ship as a home, a battlefield, a place where people live and can die. When we see the Enterprise again, it's a training vessel, slightly diminished, symbolic of Kirk himself. That mirroring is intentional. The ship isn't the star anymore. The crew is. And that balance, spectacle serving character rather than replacing it, is what elevated this film above every other entry. It embraced naval drama. Nicholas Meyer famously leaned into submarine warfare aesthetics, and the opening establishes that shift. The pacing, the command decisions, the emphasis on strategy, it all feels grounded. No glowing cosmic mystery, just tactics.